How do you create identity and diagonal matrices in Python NumPy? Imagine you're building a puzzle where each piece needs to fit perfectly. In the world of data analysis and linear algebra, identity and diagonal matrices are like those perfect puzzle pieces. They help us perform calculations smoothly and accurately. Today, we're going to see how to create these matrices using Python and NumPy, a powerful library for numerical work. First, let's talk about what an identity matrix is. Think of it as a special square grid where all the numbers on the main diagonal are ones and everything else is zero. It's like a mirror that keeps things the same when you multiply it with other matrices. For example, if you have a 3 by 3 identity matrix, it looks like this. Ones on the diagonal, zeros everywhere else. To create an identity matrix in Python, NumPy offers two main functions. The first is NumPy identity. You tell it the size of the square matrix you want, and it gives you back an identity matrix of that size. For example, if you want a 3 by 3 identity matrix, you write NP, identity 3. It will produce a matrix with 3s on the diagonal and zeros elsewhere. The second function is NumPy.I. This one is more flexible because you can create not only square matrices but also rectangular ones. You specify the number of rows and columns, and it puts ones on the main diagonal. For example, NP, I3 creates the same 3 by 3 identity matrix. If you want a matrix with the diagonal offset, you can add an extra parameter called K. For example, NP, I3, K is equal to 1 will put ones on the diagonal just above the main diagonal. Now let's move to diagonal matrices. These are matrices where only the diagonal elements are non-zero and everything else is zero. You might want to create a diagonal matrix with specific numbers on the diagonal, like 1, 2, and 3. To do this, NumPy has a handy function called NumPy, diag. You pass a list or array of your desired diagonal elements, and it creates a matrix with those numbers on the diagonal. For example, if you write NP, diag 1, 2, 3, you'll get a 3 by 3 matrix with 1, 2, and 3 on the diagonal and zeros everywhere else. Creating identity matrices is straightforward with NumPy identity, or NumPy, and making diagonal matrices is just a matter of using NumPy, diag. These tools are super useful in many data analysis tasks, from solving equations to transforming data. Remember, understanding how to generate these matrices helps you handle more complex calculations with ease. So next time you're working on a project involving matrices, try these functions out and see how they simplify your work.